Hi there, welcome along. Thought I'd do a little divine feminine reading at the moment. It seems like a good time to do it. Lots going on. This is for entertainment purposes only. Just here in my little studio caravan with the silk flowers and the wildflowers. They're beautiful at the moment, but I'll tell you, the silk flowers on a dull winter day are lovely. Little blast of colour, and sure, why not? Yeah, lots going on, so just thought to bring it back into kind of more of a balance. The divine feminine, they're in the background a lot at the moment, quietly, and things seem to have gone into quite an extreme at the moment. So the cards are the Oracle of the Grail Code. Beautiful cards by Amy Sophia Marahinsky. They're all based on Pre-Raphaelite and classical paintings. There's a list at the back of the book. Anyway, so look, it's all got very grindy out there, and things happening, and this happening, whatever, and people are struggling a bit. So I thought, let's just pull back in, tune back into the more feminine way. And people think the feminine way is really kind of soft and delicate, and that's it. It's not. There's an awful lot more to it. I think in terms of the Grail, it's very archetypal, very important kind of thing for people to go through. There's the masculine and the feminine as well, so it doesn't just apply to women, but at the moment I'm reading it kind of more in relation to just tuning back into those energies, because it feels like it's gone a little bit into the extreme or out of balance. So it's lovely. The first card that comes up is the Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa. There she is with her smile, and it's she came up recently as well. So it's really like maybe just tune into that whole thing of there's lots going on, pull back, have a bit of fun, have a laugh to yourself, pet your cat. Often I'd find things funny here on my own, have a little chuckle. Really the perfect antidote to a lot of the stress that's going on. Just tuning into the whole thing of merriment, having a laugh with a friend, laughing oneself. It is our natural birthright, and it's a good antidote. So that's really nice at the center, coming up sovereignty. So there we are. There is the knight is being knighted by the divine feminine. I was talking to a very kind of interesting, knowledgeable woman recently. She was saying the knights go out questing, and the women back in the day held the space of the feminine and the beautiful, and all those lovely tapestries and weavings that symbolized a lot of that, the courtly love. Now there's no point in looking at that through today's lens of time, but in its day it held space. It held the space for that, and there was all the poetry and the questing, and all of what that personified. Personal sovereignty, very important at the moment. Whatever it is that sovereignty is for you, your boundaries, your spaces, your creativity, your inner world, your sense of sovereignty as a human here. Really, really important, really being challenged at the moment. This is the second time doing this video because my bold hound was acting up. So yes, you have to go out and deal with that and say, no, we won't be having that behavior. Thank you very much, etc. So, yeah, quite important, pulling into the divine feminine. sense of self and sovereignty, which is such a big thing, really. Then came the peace card, really beautiful card, right? The peace, but it was in reverse. I don't read reverses completely, only in that it's just extra little emphasis on this. So there she is. I think it's an olive branch she's holding. With that beautiful aura of light around her, personifying the archetype, the energy of peace. And really, yeah, to tune into that frequency at the moment, because the exact opposite of that, there's an awful lot of that going on. I know you can't say unpeace, but not very peaceful. So just holding that, and it's not holding that within the sovereign space, and in that, keeping the merriment going, you know, nice little kind of energy triptych there, you know, just holding the essence of peace. Is he looking for peace outside? Maybe some time waiting. Peace inside can nurture that in the now. So we have the feminine, the Grail, you know. I think that's a Rossetti painting. Okay, so this is huge, the Holy Grail. It's very symbolic with the dove above her. You know, look, that's an enormous thing. It's very archetypal. You can read it on a huge level. The feminine Grail, the Grail Code. Then you can journey on to, say, the Magdalene line and all that kind of thing. But in essence, the Grail, you know, the sacred container holding the spiritual essence, and the female holding of that essence. It's really big stuff. The feminine Grail, one's own cup, chalice of whatever it is, but, you know, with sanctity and all of that. So regard for the self in terms of one is alive, one exists, and one is here, and therefore one, you know, has this, and just staying with that very high, elevated, very important spiritual archetypal space. And then this card, now I have not seen this card in a long time. Interesting. Beautiful. Now, if I can remember the name of the artist, he did the Botticelli. Oh, it'll come to me when I finish the reading. Oh, it was Botticelli. He did the Venus de Milo. Anyway, look, tolerance. Yeah, this is a hard one at the moment, because you're holding your sovereign space, holding the peace and tolerance. Yeah, tolerance, but have a balance with the tolerance. Not to just have tolerance, or I'm just going to be peaceful and be super tolerant and then la 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 la. No, that's not the divine feminine. There's so many aspects as well. It's not just, you know, floating along. A very kind of aware standpoint for tolerance, but within the context of the sovereign. She does have a sword, you know. So my reading of it would be, if you're in your sovereign space, you're holding the space of peace, you are there tuning into the massive archetype of the Grail. Within that, if you're tuning into your own world, then you can be tolerant because you're in your own realm, as it were. You can have a general kind of element of tolerance because you're in your own realm, sovereign realm. But it's not a generic tolerance. It's not a, without all of this in place first, because then it's this, that tolerance can be abused. Okay, so I think they're lovely. There's lovely balancing. So, the Holy Grail is such a big thing with the Mona Lisa merriment, the sovereignty with the tolerance, the peace, as well, with the sovereignty in the tolerance, etc., etc. So I just, for each card, I got a Hero's Journey Dream Oracle. This is the one for the merriment. It's celebrate the sacred gap, give thanks for buffer time. Okay, that's interesting. I don't think I have come across that card before. That's lovely. Beautiful painting. A woman sitting. Some other women there, of course. Excuse me, from her. Give thanks for the buffer time, sacred gap. Well, tuning into the merriment it just breaks that kind of, say, getting into a wheel of anxiety. Tuning into merriment can create more of a little bit of a gap. Now, I do believe there's new energies coming in at the moment. They're very high, they're very refined. It's a delicate time for people. And for me personally, I'm just kind of eating a bit simpler and just taking a little bit more care, because these higher refined energies, and then the opposite of that, very dross energies as well around. So there's a bit of a gap at the moment. That's lovely. Celebrate the sacred, give thanks for the buffer time. Yeah, be grateful for this little period to recalibrate things. So this is the Eyes on the Prize. Trust the guidance of your North Star. There we go. I know a lot of people are talking astrology, North Node and all that. I don't have a huge amount of knowledge of astrology, so the more tuning in like the four elements, four directions, the north, it's a very strong frequency, the north frequency, absolutely. And she has her sword, and the image on this card, she's pointing her arm out like a sword. So this is very strong focus. Keep your eye on the prize. Trust the guidance of your North Star. Trust that you're going in the right direction with a certain type of energy. Yeah, incisive energy as well. That's really nice. So for the peace card, beautiful image. Time for a quantum leap. Prepare for a makeover. Okay. Yeah, alright. A woman, beautiful image of a woman with her hands up, long flowing colours. Time for quantum leap. Prepare for a makeover. Kind of similar, images are similar. There's kind of a circle around her. She has like a egg-shaped kind of circular aura kind of thing around her. Yeah. Possibly with these new energies, people are going to be making a quantum leap into a new way of being. That's the quantum leap, one's own personal quantum leap, in terms of if these things are sovereignty sorted out, having the merriment, just getting peaceful, and then allowing that or moving towards that, which is really nice. For the feminine, the grail You've won the lottery, make room for wonderment, okay? Well, yeah, and she's kind of got her hands in big circles again, but holding nearly like a cup. The Grail is the lottery, really, you know. Everybody's searching for the Holy Grail. It is the lottery. You've won the lottery, make room for wonderment. Yeah, tuning into, you know, amazing things. When we're so distracted, we really don't get a chance, in some ways, to tune in and move with and grow with and develop our grail, as it were. And wonderment being the way into that. Really nice, beautiful card. And for the tolerance, divine discernment, step back to find clarity. So, I mean, yeah, you know, possibly the whole issue of tolerance is very big at the moment. And yeah, use discernment. And this whole, if you have your realm organized, you can have some clarity, really, more clarity in relation to what one needs to be tolerant about, or how that is, etc., etc. Okay, I'm actually going to leave it there. I like the cards, I really do. Yeah, they're good cards, and they all kind of help each other or balance each other out as well, which is lovely. And the merriment at the center of it all. Yeah. Okay, listen. I hope that helps, and thanks for being here, and yeah, lovely divine feminine. Okay, take care. Bye.